On the slopes of Hasan Dağ, the 3,000-meter volcano overlooking the city of Aksaray, the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship was ready to explode into life with the first ever downhill event in Turkey. The best downhill skateboarders on the planet descended on Turkey for round 3 of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship and the famous UNESCO World Heritage Site of Cappadocia, the historical region in central Turkey. A region as old as civilization itself is now a mecca for tourists, and with attractions such as the fairy chimneys, 37 underground cities, the Ihlara Valley, and of course the famous hot air ballooning. Over 30 registered riders were in Aksaray for round 3 of the championship, and in a first for the riders, accommodation and food was provided, giving the riders everything they needed to perform to their best on the tough, demanding track that awaited on Hasan Dağ. The event and all the races broadcasted live all over the globe.
I'd just like to thank the WDSC for all their efforts to putting this really big event together, and I hope in the future we can do many more events like this where we can all come together and get all the media and everyone more exposure and more sponsors so we can go to more races and just grow the sport.
This is my first time to Turkey. It's been an amazing time. I spent a couple of days in Istanbul just sightseeing. Went to see the Hagia Sophia and a few other places. And on my third day, I'm here in Cappadocia and we got to see the hot air balloons, and yeah, it's a pretty unique part of the world.
I never was in Turkey, I've never been in Turkey, so I really like it here. So really nice area also here, the volcano and everything. So yeah, I will come back if I can someday, so I really like it.
Riders were also treated to a sightseeing tour of this stunning local area, and with riders traveling from all over the world, it was a rare chance to spend some time together and enjoy some of the sights and sounds of Cappadocia, away from the thrill of the racing.
Like the scenic tour after the warm-up day was super fun. We went to see some caves, we had some nice food, and yeah, it's a beautiful area here, and we should definitely recommend people to come here.
Yeah, beautiful country, super nice scenery here as well. Everything is super well organized, so yeah, love Turkey so far.
The WDSC, the brainchild of UK-based race marketing and management, and the World Gravity Sports Federation, bringing you a multi-event international series showcasing the gravity sport disciplines of downhill skateboarding and street luge in their purest forms. In this program, we bring you all the men's and women's luge and women's stand-up downhill skateboarding action. The 3-kilometer course, which drops 300 meters, featured 12 turns, all of them hairpins, and long straight sections on a course which was sure to challenge the best of the best in downhill skateboarding. With nobody having raced on the course before, the test for the riders was to learn the track as quickly as possible in free practice and get dialed in ahead of the weekend's racing.
The track per se is really interesting. Also the curves are nice and it's wide enough to race together. What's really making it challenging is the pavement and the unevenness, so you really need to do your slides proper and be confident about your slide if you want to make it.
The flow of the road is awesome. The pavement is very challenging. It's very rough. There's gravel, so feels a bit like riding in the wet, kind of.
You need to control the speed going to the turns, just because they're so slidey. So it's more like managing a grip through the turns. And overall, yeah, 12 turns, 3 kilometers, and yeah, it's a wild track for sure.
Here in Turkey, we have a field that is stacked with top contenders, with Spanish contender Mikel Echegaray not in attendance. The big favorite to look out for is Abdülmadzan. The Malaysian finished second in Monticiano and fourth in Kozakov, and now with Mikel's absence, he has a real opportunity to pick up the win in Turkey.
It's anybody's game really. This track is new to everyone and it's very challenging. So it's pretty much like a rally race, so to speak, because we're going through all the corners and we're throwing up stones and dirt and gravel everywhere. It's a different kind of race for sure, yeah.
Another huge name in luge is Canadian Colby Parks. With third-place finishes both in Monticiano and Kozakov, he has shown amazing consistency all season long. Can he break the run of third-place finishes and jump up the podium?
Championship right now, I'm third, and Abdel is second, but we're almost tied on points. So basically, whoever comes out ahead in this race will be ahead on points. So it's going to be a tight battle between us, I think.
The French contender, David Frega, is another man looking for a strong finish to the season. Frega hasn't hit the podium yet this season, but if he can find his form, then he's going to put up a challenge for the win. Two other names to look out for in Turkey are the Austrian Konstantin Weigl and making his first WDSC start, Andrew Spate from the UK.
It's all in the luck, it's all who you get drawn against, and it's all in the racing. We've just done the timed laps and it's been as expected, but who knows? In the racing it's different.
There are also two women racing in the luge category. One is Julie Urs from the USA and the other is Elche Minne from Belgium. In semi-final, we have three riders, Abdel Madjan from Malaysia, the Canadian Colby Parks, and Elche Minne from Belgium. The start line is amped up and the riders are raring to go. Madjan produces some great arm work out of the start and he takes the early lead. Parks is currently in second place with Minne running in third just behind the Canadian. Minne has some great speed on the start straight and moves past Parks to drop into second. Moving into turn one, it's Madjan in the lead, Minne in second, and right behind her, Colby Parks is lurking dangerously in third place and looking to get into the top two position to reach the final. Madjan is still in first as we reach the second corner. The action is all behind Madjan though, as Parks finds a blast of speed and powers past Minne to move into second. Madjan is looking unstoppable at the head of the race. If he can avoid any mistakes, then he has this one in the bag and will progress through to the final. Parks is still in second, hoping that Madjan might make a mistake, but that's not looking likely. With just the top two to progress, it's looking good for Madjan and Parks. Big gaps are forming out on the circuit between Madjan and Parks, and now Parks is building up a healthy advantage over Minne in third. Through the final turn and over the line, Abdel Madjan takes first place and he's joined in the final by Colby Parks, who does finish in second. Four riders are lined up, eager to get the battle underway in the second of the semifinals. David Frega, Andrew Spate, Konstantin Weigl, and Julie Urs are waiting under starters' orders. We're off, and it's a powerful start from Frega, who quickly gets into the lead with Weigl close behind in second, Spate in third, Urs in fourth. Into turn one, and Frega is looking good as he stays in the lead. Spate jumps up one position, and the Yorkshireman is now in second. Drama on the first turn, though, as Urs crashes into the bay hails. Thankfully, she appears to be unhurt, but is now too far back to challenge for a place in the final. Frega still leads as we weave down the mountain, Spate in second, and he's now building a lead over Weigl in third. This one now looks like it's between Frega and Spate. Spate is chasing hard, but he knows second will do in this one. If he stays there, he's in the final. A close shave in turn 7 as Spate is almost in the hay, but luckily for him, just about holds his line and is able to keep racing down the mountain. We are through to the final turn, and over the line, it's Frega who takes the win in semi-final 2, with Andrew Spate in second. They both progress to the final where Abdel Madjan and Colby Parks are waiting. In the women's downhill skateboarding, there was a strong field of talented riders all making up the field for the inaugural event in Turkey. The rider to beat was Malaysian Grace Wong, who picked up second in Monteciano and a stunning win in Kozakov. Belgian talent Yasmin Hanegraaff won the first event of the season in Monteciano and is looking to round off the season with a win in Turkey.
We're all kind of similar level. We've all been skating for several years. Get down, try to enjoy it as much as possible, and then we'll see what happens.
German rider Miriam Weisschuk finished second in Kozakov and will be trying to carry that good form into the race here in Turkey. The WDSC also welcomes some new faces to the tour in Turkey. Johanna Bolanos Cabrera, Selina Tyler, and Marieka Wunsche will all be looking to make their mark and challenge the big favorites.
This was so cool, racing with the girls and having this sportsmanship spirit. So I really want to take it with me here.
It's semi-final time in the women's open skate category here in Cappadocia. Johanna Bolanos Cabrera and Livia Waldberger both sadly picked up an injury in practice, which meant we were left with 5 women. Hanegraaff and Weisschuk were the only 2 in semi-final 1, so they didn't race and went straight through to the final. In semi-final 2, we had Marieka Wunsche from Germany, Selina Tyler from Switzerland, and Grace Wong from Malaysia all ready to battle for the remaining 2 spots in the final. The heat is on and semi-final 2 is go. It's a superb start from Tyler as she storms away into first. Grace Wong is in second and Wunsche is in third. Through the first corner and Wunsche executes a tidy pass on Wong to move up into second place, but there's a long way to go on this track. But Wong finds the momentum and quickly takes second place back. Selina Tyler is first to the turn and she's now opening up a gap on Grace Wong with Marieka Wunsche still running in third. This is looking comfortable for Tyler. She's running smooth, keeping the line clean through the turns and is maintaining the speed she needs to build her lead. Problems here for Wunsche. She's down in third and now she's down in the hay bales, falling on the second turn. Tyler is still looking good out in front. Can she see this through and take her place in the final? Grace Wong is still in second, but she's playing this smart, keeping it all under control and not wanting to make any mistakes so she can progress to the final. On turn 4, Tyler makes a big mistake and goes into the hay bales, but thankfully she's able to continue and is still looking good for a place in the final. And on that same corner, Grace Wong has an issue. These bumpy road conditions are affecting all of the riders and making it so tough for everyone. Wong continues her challenge. She's really battling hard to get through into the final, but she is struggling in the corners and won't want to make any more mistakes. As we reach the finish line, Selina Tyler takes the win in semi-final 2, followed by Grace Wong in second. They move into the women's open skate final. Marieka Wunsche finishes in third. We're getting ready with the women's street luge final between Elche Mina from Belgium and Julie Ertz representing the USA. The race is on and Mina is powerful out of the start and storms away into the lead. Elche Mina is looking good on the turns, keeping it smooth, and she's building a lead over Ertz. Mina is putting together a flawless race. If she can keep it clean and error-free, she can build a big lead over Ertz. Julie Ertz is looking for speed but has not quite been able to find it on these bumpy road conditions. A hair-raising moment from Ertz as she almost loses control, but thankfully she's able to continue. In the end, Mina was too strong, clean in the turns, fast on the straights, and she takes first place by a healthy margin, and Julie Ertz finishes in second. The women's skateboard final is getting lined up and ready to go. Yasmin Hanegraaff from Belgium, Selina Tyler from Switzerland, Miriam Weissschuch from Germany, and Grace Wong from Malaysia. The women's final is on, and Tyler gets away to a tidy start, as does Grace Wong, who's over on the rider's left. But huge drama right out of the start as Tyler falls and the sparks are flying as she takes down the Belgian Hanegraaff. So much work to do now for Tyler and Hanegraaff if they want to take the win. With that crash, it means that Grace Wong now leads with Miriam Weissschuch in second. Hanegraaff and Tyler get back on their boards and rejoin the race, but they have a huge task ahead to catch up with the two race leaders further down the road. Wong and Weissschuch enter the first corner, and both of them are having problems. Weissschuch is in trouble and she's fallen. What drama we've got in the women's final. Wong still leads, but here comes Hanegraaff. She's powering down the mountain and catches Weissschuch and is now in second. It's still Grace Wong out in front, but it looks like she's struggling with her wheels on this road surface. Just before turn 4, and the problem with the wheels continues for Wong. She might have wet wheels, which is why she's not running cleanly on this patchy surface. As we enter the fourth corner, Hanegraaff is now past Grace Wong. More problems for Wong as we're going into turn 6. First it's Tyler who gets past her quickly, followed by Weissschuch, and the early race leader is now down in fourth. Charging towards the 7th corner, and Tyler falls again. She's been in the wars today. Weissschuch gets past her and is now running in second. It gets worse for Tyler as she's lost her board, and Grace Wong can easily move from 4th up into 3rd. Tyler now down in 4th. And on the finish line, it's Yasmin Hanegraaff from Belgium who comes through to take the win here in Aksaray. Weissschuch finishes in second with Grace Wong in third, and after all sorts of issues on the track, Selina Tyler finishes fourth. What a race from Hanegraaff after getting caught up in a crash right out of the start. She has battled her way from the back of the pack to take the race win. A stunning performance from the Belgian.
It was an amazing race. This was really racing. We had a crash in the beginning with pushing, so I had to take my board, catch up, manage to take over Miri and Grace, and managed to get down first. Yay.
In the year-end World Championship standings, Grace Wong takes home the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship title after a consistent year where she hit the podium in every event, including a magnificent win in Kozakov. Hanegraaff finishes the year in second place with 2 wins. The 5th place in Kozakov costing her the world title. 3rd place goes to Miriam Weissschuch from Germany. Time now for one last final in the men's luge, and in this one we've got 4 huge names ready to tackle the course down Hassan Dagh. In this one we've got Abdul Madzan, David Frege, Colby Parks, and Andrew Spate. Here we go with the start, and it's a strong, powerful start with the great arm work by Madzan, and he manages to get away quickly with the rest of the field right off the start. Another man with a tidy start is David Frege from France. Again, powerful work with the arms, and he's got himself into a good position. Frege finds his speed on the opening straight and moves up to second, pushing the Canadian Colby Parks down to third. But Parks doesn't want to be in third. He wants second and is pushing hard, attacking to get that position back. Andrew Spate from Yorkshire in England is currently in fourth. David Frege is now putting some distance between himself in second and Parks in third. Coming into the first turn, it's Madzan in first, Frege in second, Parks in third, and Spate in fourth. Into corner 2, and it's still Madzan in the lead, and he's pushing hard, and he's got to keep an eye on the road conditions and can't afford any mistakes. Colby Parks is still down in third, but he's throwing everything at it, trying to close in that gap on Frege. Madzan is looking supremely confident out there as he sets his sights on the win here in Cappadocia and the World Championship title. David Frega from France is looking good in second. He's had a tough season, not making the final in any other race, but he's found his form in Turkey. As the riders pass through corner 4, Madzan has a comfortable lead in first, but the real battle is for second and third as Parks is still trying to catch Frega in second. What a race Abdul Madzan is putting together. The man from Malaysia is looking so confident out on the road. Parks is still trying to catch Frega up ahead of him. He's desperately trying to get in touch with the Frenchman, but Frega is just too good today and is not going to give up easily. Just look at Madzan on those turns. He is riding so smoothly and confidently despite the sketchy and bumpy road conditions. He's on a mission for a world title. Frega is looking good today, and he's keeping a tight and fast line on every corner. Parks is trying to get closer, but these road conditions are making it tough, and Parks might be stuck in third unless Frega makes a mistake. Into the 10th corner, one of the toughest on the track, and Frega makes a mistake and almost loses control. Parks has his chance to catch Frega and is now right behind him, going into the last corner. This is going to be tight. But at the front of the race, Madzan was flawless. He charges across the line to take the win and takes the World Championship title along with it. Frega and Parks are onto the last corner. They are neck and neck. Parks is trying to gain speed and make the pass on the inside, but Frega holds him off and crosses the line to take second.
So good, so good, so good. I'm so happy. For me, it's incredible, you know. It's my first year's competition. I have started Luge 2 years ago. So for me, it's incredible. I'm so happy, and I want just to continue to learn, to go fast with fun, with this big family to downhill. So I'm so happy.
I feel super stoked to have won the first event here in Turkey. The conditions, I don't know what time it is, but it's getting cold and dark, and I'm just hoping that we can finish everything here before it gets dark, and thankfully, yeah, we managed to finish it. So really glad to be out here, so thank you so much.
The final standings then in the open street luge. The win going to Abdul Madzan from Malaysia with a dominating performance. Second place to David Frega from France, picking up his first podium finish of the season. Third place goes to Colby Parks from Canada, with Andrew Spate from the UK finishing fourth. In the championship standings, Abdul Madzan, thanks to his win here, takes home the world title. Parks finishes second after hitting the podium in every race, with third going to Mikel Echegaray from Spain. What a race, what a season, and what a time in Turkey. We'll see you in 2023.